I think they got to get a project here. I think you finally tear down what you've been holding on to for so long.
Yeah,
Obviously,
you traded OG Anunoby. Scotty Barnes is your best player now.
You traded Pascal Siakam last year as well.
Siakam. Okay, I mean, what does that mean?
I mean, I think you get a project.
Isaiah Collier? Who
No,
I don't think is like a project.
I don't like Isaiah Collier.
Sorry, let me put our big boards back up. Do
Like-
we have anybody left in the lottery that we need to?
I have
Or do we move on
JaKobe
to
Walter
this?
in there and
I have
Filipowski,
Jalen Tyson.
but we can swap to the other one.
Um,
Like I wouldn't be mad at JaKobe Walter. I wouldn't be mad at a Jaron Holmes. I wouldn't be mad at.
Let's see. Let me see where fans both. Just in terms of team needs. Actually, I'm sorry. Why don't I go to Gavoni's mock draft here? Johnny Furphy still hasn't been drafted. All right. This is the top end for Keshawn George.
I don't like Keshawn George at all, so I'm not even going to entertain that.
Johnny Furphy also. This is the top end for him. I'm just saying this is where the draft could start to get a little weird.
It'd be weird to do Johnny Furphy when you have Grady Dick. I think.
Hey, why not? All of the Kansas shooters.
Yeah.
Ochai Agbaji, bring them back. Bring them all back. But like, this is where it could start getting a little weird here.
Terrence Shannon.
Yves Massey, Terrence Shannon. Like, we're gonna go down the list. And I don't know where this goes. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know what to do with my hands, as the great Ricky Bobby once said. Isaiah Collier is on the board. I'd probably go Collier personally.
I don't like Collier that much.
All right, well, who would you pick?
I just told you, JaKobe Walter.
I thought you said you'd be cool with him.
I mean, he's 12th on my board, so I think if you're gonna do he's 12th on my board, but I know he's a project, so.
Oh, I didn't mute the screen audio.
2024 NBA draft. The Toronto Raptors select JaKobe Walter.
There we go. There we go.
On the board for one. Good job.
I like JaKobe Walter. He obviously kind of had an underwhelming season. Only shot 34% from three, despite shooting 6 of them. Is almost 20. So. Like there was a lot of things that he hoped he did a lot better, but I think that 3-point shooting, his mechanics is really good. I like his elevation, his relocation on shots. So he's going to be an off-ball scorer in the NBA. I think the things that he has to work on in terms of upside is like defensive. Like, can he be a defensive guy to where he can truly be a 3-and-D wing? And I think that is possible. And then if he's able to unlock that and be a good defensive player, can he unlock his self-creation? Can he unlock his 2-point scoring? Only shot 37% from the field overall. So right now he's going to make his money from 3. And he's not really a playmaker. So I personally think he can come in and be a 3-and-D shooter pretty close to, a year down the line. And then if he's able to unlock his self-creation, which he's shown flashes of, I think he can be a really good player. And that's why I have him so high on my board, is because I think his ceiling is higher than a lot of the other players who have a lower floor.
Sorry, I just checked our group message. From Raptors fans won't know what we're talking about here. Anyways, from a previous pick. But JaKobe Walter, I think you take this in terms of steps. He shot 34% from 3 this past year, albeit some tough shots, right? Like difficulty wise, it was tough. But the 3-point shooting is the first thing. He has to be a high level shooter to stick. Then once he gets that, he has the frame to be a good defender. All right. Then you become a good defender. Like that's the next step. And then from there, you, like you said, the self-creation ability and the ability to get to the rim and finish at a high rate and get fouled. Like that's the next step. So how long does it take him to reach those steps?
To his credit, he had a really great free throw attempt rate. Nearly got to the line on half of his attempts at the rim. So 5.2 free throws a game, made 4.1 of them, 80% from the line.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a lot of flashes, but again, it has to come together. So some of my comps, like I think Reggie Bullock is a comp, like a KCP, and I think on the upper end, you could not necessarily as high as Chris Middleton, but something like that, or like a Moses Moody. Fringe all-star is what I have as my ceiling for him.
Yeah, KCP is a good one because, like, in theory, they have a similar frame, and like
Yeah.
KCP is still like strong, and Walter is pretty strong. So like you hope that results in the defensive upside showing where it should be. You know, he was a low usage player at Baylor. They had that ball dominant guard. I'm not sure. Again, I have him low on my board relatively. I think where I have him 25 on my board, which is
we're pretty far apart on him.
where you? Oh yeah, you have him at what 12?
12.
Okay, yeah. So again, I see it. I just didn't like. It didn't materialize enough for me, and maybe I had too high expectations for him at Baylor this year because I thought he was going to be like set the world on fire. He was just like good.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why. But there are steps. And I do think this is a good spot for him to get a good amount of reps early on in his career to show that he has the ability to improve.
Yep, I completely agree.